you guys are doing well, and today we are going to be talking about, and moreover I will be sharing my own views about the recently launched book by Priyanka Chopra Jonas, Unfinished. I have, I'm in love with the cover. She has a tattoo over her hands there, and it is amazing. So the whole picture, as you guys know, we are mostly, we judge the book by its cover, and I feel that those people who judge the book by its cover, I feel they are going to be very drawn towards it because I really loved it. So this memoir is basically just like anyone who writes a letter or keeps a diary. I love the fact that she haven't just used lots of grammarly and edited a lot of stuff. She has kept her own tone and her own rhythm in her memoir, because lots of time what happens is that we come under the scrutiny of grammarly and editorial stuff. You just don't need to have such long sentences or put a comma over there. It is too much, long sentence. Cut it short, it is more readable. What makes this memoir very personal for um, us is that she has kept her tone right as well. Like, she's talking to us just the way I'm talking to you. There is a tone, there is a simplicity, and she has kept stuff raw. Like, it is like vulnerable. That was the first thing I felt about this memoir. Was it was not much of it was edited or scripted or something like that. It was well written, and it was in the way, just the way I would write in my diary, and there are no edits. Like, I'm just going to go with the flow, and I'm just going to tell you the story, which is going to be great. And so yeah, this was my first view when I pulled this book and started reading it. It is fairly short. They are not, the length is not much more, because as we know, the lessons and the journey is still unfinished. So it's just to be precise, it's just 233 pages book, and it, if you are a quick reader like me, you can finish this book within a day or two, at least 2 days for sure. Okay, for sure you can just read this book within one sitting, and before you get bored with me talking all of these things, the best I mean, I felt more connected with her, and there were a lot of stuff we didn't knew about in this book. Like, for example, the way she went through the grief, the way she handled her earlier days in the industry, even though she was a Miss World, how she has to go against the tide, and choose her own path. That was a brief, amazing message she came across with. And there are lots of instances where we find that she was, she was not given the fair opportunity, and there were some moments where she herself faced some self-doubts and stuff like that. So overall, there are 11 chapters. The last chapter ends with home. Okay, so we get a touch like how her home is going to be, how she is more drawn to, and stuff like that. You can read it, it's amazing. I'm going to make sure that I just keep my uh, I keep some things for you to go get the book and read. But my favorite chapter from this was the grief, as I told you, and the Tainted Queen. The grief journey resonates with everyone on some amount of level, for sure. The way she came out of it, the way she handled the relationships, and the way everybody helped her to get through all of these things. Um, the main point here is that we see that she was well aware about the fact how important the role of her parents was for her. So she is totally grateful for them. We in each chapter you will at least see one line where you will get the understanding that she's very much grateful for them. There is each and every instance where you will find that her family, her extended family, have played a very important role in all her achievements in India or abroad, no matter which industry, it has definitely helped her. So first things is you have to, what I have imbibed in myself is that relationships are very important, even though they are not romantic or some kind of sort, in a family situations as well. So I have imbibed that, and moreover, the professionalism she mentioned in the book about being professional um, rather than an amateur. You prepare yourself well and then you keep yourself forward in the project you're working on. I also love the fact that she is going to be, she's looking forward for the role. I mean, in real life, to be an entrepreneur, and I feel very much resonance with that fact because I'm very much into entrepreneurship and business and stuff like that. If you know me, if you know, you know. Okay. So there are lots of instances like that, and definitely she misses her father. I know for sure he's very proud of her. There are lots of instances where you feel very driven after you keep this book aside. You let it sink in. You you really feel that push you need to move forward, to achieve that dream, to prepare, to plan things out and to move forward. She also mentions that we are on the train, we are on this journey, and the passengers will be coming, and they will be departing, like getting out of the train. And there were lots of instances where she also mentioned that she was sorry about how she acted in some kind of relationship and how she took 2-3 years hiatus from the relationship department and she focused totally on her work. So definitely you can read it. It is available on Kindle and you can just get it on Amazon. I will share the link below as well. Why should you read it specifically? If you want to know the journey of this world, the multifaceted women who have a long 20-year-old journey in this entertainment industry, she has definitely some thoughts to share, and if you read it you can understand what I'm trying to tell, because I can't share everything, but it's for sure that you will definitely handle things in your life with conviction once you have read that book, because it is very important to know a story, to get inspired from it. And why we are reading a memoir is because to get a push. She has handled so much. She is an investor in Bumble. So for a millennial, for the person like you and me, she puts things into perspective. Okay, and it is just like reading a diary. I told you. It is amazing. She's very confident woman and she has handled everything very confidently. Um, there's certain things about it which will make you recognize the truth about yourself, that if you handle situations with conviction and at the right moment, if you allow things to move forward, it will happen. Okay. And you never know, right, what is going to happen. So you just have to get into different territory, and if you get very very overwhelmed by the new environment or so, or you don't know what is going your next step is going to be like, she also mentions in her book that she also faces similar situations, and she knew whenever she felt overwhelmed by some things were moving, things were changing up for her, new things were showing up, new opportunities were making their way towards her, and she likes it. And we all are supposed to take those shots and not regret it later. So definitely I would recommend this book, Unfinished by Priyanka Chopra Jonas, and I'll definitely recommend it, of course. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed my few thoughts on this book. I'm not going to reveal everything, right? But I really liked it. Okay, you will hear few mentions also, but if you want some spoilers, like, I'm not going to give it. You have to read the book, okay? Yeah. So definitely make sure you read the book. And Priyanka Chopra is amazing, definitely. And her journey is unfinished and waiting for her second book, like version 2.0 of this to launch. And maybe that will be more amazing, right? Okay, so guys, your journey, my journey is still unfinished. There are lots of things to do. Nobody can stop us. Okay. Um. Okay. I'll stop here now. I hope you liked it. I hope you enjoyed. Read the book. It is on Kindle also. So if you don't want to get the hard copy, you can just grab it on Kindle and start reading. Okay. Bye.